Hi there, everyone. Hello, it's Lilith with another live session on our Elton channel. So I'm just going to wait for a couple of you to pop in. I've had to change my setup a little bit. So if I don't look at the camera while I'm looking at my comments, that is completely normal. So how are you? It's the 1st of February today. So, well, Happy New Year. I haven't seen any of you since December. And today we're going to have a fun crafting session, and we're going to zest it up a little bit with a fun stamp set from All to New. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Tracy. Now, I have been so out of the crafting world that I don't even know what the new products here are at All to New. So as per usual, I'm just going to craft with my stash, and I do have a lot of it. So I hope you're not too disappointed because I don't have anything new to show you. But we all have our old stash just waiting there. Probably it's just been used once or twice. So it's always a good idea to go and have a rummage through that and maybe pick out an older stamp set or die set or whatever and use it again. So I'm just going to have a look at some of the comments and see. Hi, Xiomara. It's Misty. Yeah, it's Mitzi who's behind the Alter New badge today and who's going to be helping me and popping in all the links of the products we're going to be using. Hi, Sue. Hi, Nancy. So a lot of familiar faces. You know the drill. Share this video while it is live. And at the end of the session, we will pick a lucky winner for a $15 gift voucher. So I hope you're having a lovely day today. Here it's the end of the day, and I'm just going to finish off my week with a little bit of crafting. So at the moment, I'm only crafting with the Facebook Lives. I've got other projects on the side, very different, more in the world of editing and creating school manuals. So it's a bit different. It's still creating, but it's a bit different. But I do love my little crafting sessions here on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. So today, what are we going to be using? We're going to be doing a little bit of artist marker, watercolor. No, not watercoloring, but coloring, because it's been a very long time. And I had this lovely set of artist markers sitting on my desk, and I thought I might just use them today. And I'm so done with winter and rainy, wet, cold weather. So I thought I might zest it up a little bit and bring a little bit of summer. And who says summer says nice, fresh lemons. And we're going to be using this stamp set. So this is the Zesty Live stamp set, and it comes with the coordinating die set. Yes, Sue, I'd still do my music. I'm in my last year of singing lessons at our music academy. So that's very sad and bittersweet, but I've got like a huge performance at the end of the school year. So in June. And so I'll be singing lots of different pieces, and I'm very excited about that. So that's coming to an end as well. A lot of things have been coming to an end this last year. So, but I'm still doing a lot of music. I did put the cello on hold because it was just a little bit too much. And when I do something, I like to do it properly. So I'll probably be taking that up next year again. So hi there, Stacy. Hi, Vicky. Yes, happy February. So I'm going to switch my camera so that you can all see my screen, and there we go. And there it is. I don't know why, but sometimes my screen falls out. So I might just have to tap on the screen a couple of times so that it works. So I might just maybe pop it a little bit closer. So here you can see our lovely, come on, focus, our lovely stamp set, Zesty Life. And I've got the coordinating die set, and there's also a coordinating stencil. So there you go. I know nothing says summer like lemons. It's the best way, like, to get yourself cool. So I'm just imagining myself that in a nice comfy chair with a nice glass of lemonade, and it's nice and warm. Okay. So I've really come to the conclusion that I'm a warm person. I need warmth. And I'm living in a country where it's wet and gray and gloomy. But anyway. So we're going to start working with this, and I've also pulled out some artist markers, but you could use any type of artist markers you have on hand. So, oh, my son is calling me, but he's on a ski trip, so I'm just going to tell him that I'm busy. Je suis occupée in French. There we go. He'll call a little bit later. So this is the set I'm going to be using. I love the yellows in here and also the greens. I found that they were really nice and bright. And the title says it all, Sunshine Valley. So we're going to bring some sunshine into this little crafting session. Oh, Tracy, you're making me jealous. Shorts and t-shirts. No, I'm in comfy corduroy overalls with a woolen little jacket on top. It's cold. Oh, Sue. Oh, yeah. But I already told my husband when we retire, we'll probably retire to Italy or something. I think that's the way we're going to go. So I thought we'd do one classic card and one funky card. So we're going to start with our little classic card. And we're going to start with the stamping. And I think I still have this on, I don't know, what's that? Oh, no, I thought it was a stain. Okay. I'm just going to use my stamp wheel just to get the stamping, making it easy. It's been on my desk for a while, so I'll just put it to good use. Oh, lucky you. Oh, I've put it in the wrong way. Let's just turn this around. And it's a bit icky. It's been a while since I've used my stamp set, so let's just give this a little clean. And let's make this sticky again. Okay, that should work. There we go. So pop my white cardstock into place. So this is just the Ulta New crisp white cardstock. Oh, Chicago, and it's also cold. But I can live with the cold if it's like nice. Oh, I'm frozen again. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this. Wake up. Oh dear. Let's just switch screens. Okay. Hi, people. I hope you can see me again. I'm having some camera issues, so I'm going to just pop this off. We'll just have a little chat while I check my camera and see what's going on. So there is something going on here, and I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm just checking everything here. I don't know what's wrong, why it's doing this. So I'm just going to try and check. I know the kids had been fiddling with my camera a bit, so they might have just changed the settings, which is a bit annoying. Yeah. I'm sorry about this, but okay, let me just pull this off. It might be a bit easier if I can see it like this. So it should be okay like this. I know, Vicky, but I haven't changed anything. So the only thing I can think of is that my kids did something with it. So there we go. Let me just check. I'm trying to check why this isn't working, but it should be okay now. I know, something I've done wrong again. Oh dear. What did I do? I did something, I don't know what I did. Oh no, it's okay. Okay, let's just try this again and see if this works. Oh dear, technology can be a thing. Okay, let's just get this back on there. Okay, let's just see if it works now. Oh no, I've got nothing. Oh dear. It's always like this. Something always happens. I'm getting there. Oh no, my camera. Oh, there we go. Oh, something's wrong. Oh dear. Ah, what's happening? I'm so sorry about this, people. I've never had any issues, and today is my day. I've had lots of bad luck today, so probably just gloomy, droopy Thursday. Clean. There we go. Let's try this again. Ha ha ha. I've got something. The thing is, I shouldn't be seeing this on my screen, so yep. Okay, something is definitely not right with the camera, so I'm going to have to make sure that I activate it quite often. Oh, there we go. Let's get started. So let's start stamping. So I'm just going to try and continually push the little button on top so it doesn't switch off. Very frustrating. So I'm going to stamp my little lemons on here, like so. So I'm going to place them. And oh, I might just do one. I think one is enough. I think I'm going to place it like so. That looks good. There we go. Up. So let's start working on this. So first things first, we're going to stamp with some permanent black ink. This one is the one you can use if you're coloring with the artist markers. So there we go. Oh, I'm going to press my screen of the camera just to make sure that everything's okay. Oh dear. My son needs money, so I'm going to quickly do that, give him money. Oh, kids. I'll just quickly give him some money. There we go. 1, 2, 3, up, and it's done. There we go. So, permanent black ink might not be as crisp as the exceptionally crisp ink, the obsidian, but it's a very good ink. Oh, you use, okay, well, I don't want to heat set it. I haven't got my heat gun out, Tracy, so I'm just going to use my permanent. You know I'm lazy. There we go. Push the screen so I don't fall out. This is going to be an interesting live. So give it a good press. And there we go. That's all done already. So I'll probably stamp my sentiment afterwards. So, whoops. Let's just have a look at this. Oh. So I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and dry. Yeah, that looks okay. So we're going to start. I think I'm going to start working on my little leaves. So the colors in here are really, really fun. These are some of my favorite artist markers. Oh, I'm zooming up a little bit. There we go. So we've got a nice, oh, there we go. We've got a nice brown in here. And then we've got lovely yellows and also some fun pinks. That's going to be for a funky one afterward. And then we've got these lovely bright greens, which I think are fabulous. So the colors are Pink Diamond, Pink Delicious, Ribbolite, Razzleberry, Firefly, Grassfield, Shadow Creek, Mountain Pine, Citrus Burst, Fresh Lemon, Maple Yellow, and Honey Drizzle. There we go. So those are the colors. And I think I'm probably missing one or two. They're probably lying around somewhere. But these colors are going to be fine. So I'm just going to pop out all my yellows, like so, and my greens, because those are the colors I'm going to be using first. Oh, I haven't heard. Tracy, I've been really bad. I'm not following any of the alternate news. I think I kind of needed a break from all the new stuff. So it comes and goes in cycles with me. It's usually every 10 years I get into like a crafting dilemma. I'm like burnt out, and so I need a little break. But I'm very excited to see some of the new products. So there we go. We're going to start coloring. I think I'm going to start with the leaves because the leaves are always the least daunting for me. So I'm going to start with my darkest shade here, which is, no, I'm going to, which one? Shadow, yeah, I'm probably going to start with my Mountain Pine, and I'm going to add my darker shades to the leaves. So probably the veins, that's where I always start working. So I usually just follow the largest vein here, and I'm just going to flick those, just follow them. So that's really easy. And then I'm going to take the next shade, which is Shadow Creek. There we go. I'm really afraid that my camera's going to fall out. So like every couple of seconds, I'm pushing the camera screen. Thank you for sharing, Vicky. And then I'm just going to kind of add a bit of that color. And this is a really nice fresh color. I'm just adding some flicking motions where I have those kind of secondary veins going out from the main one. And then just going along the main one as well a little bit, like that. And now I'm going to go in with my shade Firefly, which is kind of going to blend everything together. Oh, and my Firefly is all dry. Oh dear. So I need another green. I need a light green. Let me see which one I can pick, which would work well. Okay, let's try Forest Glades. That looks like a good one. There we go. Oh, well, Forest Glades will work really well. Pretty similar. So I'm just going to kind of fill in all those spaces, but I am still using that little flicking motion. I don't want it to be like full on coloring. And if you want to really kind of blend out the darker shades, just go over it with your lighter shade like so. And then you can go back in and kind of, oh dear. Well, you could use, like here I'm using the Forest Glades, and I don't know which other colors. There are lots of different options. You have lots of greens in the set, so just pick another one where there's some yellow in it, and that would work fine as well. So I'm going to go back in with our Shadow Creek, like so, and just kind of, okay, and then once again with my lighter shade. Okay, let's work with our next one. So once again, we're going to go from dark to light. I'm just going to follow that. The pine color is pretty dark, so there we go. Shadow Creek. And then my lightest shade. Just kind of blend everything nicely together. There we go. Yep, just push the notify button, and that way you know when there are come back into stock. So I'm going to maybe just finish off my little stem here, because that way I know. So I'm going to take the fine tip here just to make sure that I can stay in the lines nicely. And I'm just taking the darker shade. So this is the Mountain Pine. But if you wanted to, you could also go in with a brown. But I'm just going to continue with the green because the stem kind of works its way into the leaves. So I think it's just a little bit easier. There we go, got the stem in. So still got some leaves to do, so let's just quickly do those. And I like this image because it's pretty easy and you can do it pretty quickly. So let's just get that in like that. Some little flicking. There we go. I might just change this one up a little bit and just go with my very dark shade and the lighter shade, just to see how, just to make it a little bit different, because no two leaves are the same. There we go. Up, and my smaller one here. Let me just try it. This time I'm not going to use the Mountain Pine, and maybe just go in with the Shadow Creek. So this is a great way of just creating a little bit of variation. Just leave out one color and go in with the lighter shade or the darker shade. It's always easy to do. There we go. And let's do our last one. I think once again, I'm just going to use 2 shades here. There we go. I'm going to go back in with my lighter shade. And I'm always opening them on the wrong side. There we go. There we go. So there I've got my little leaves, and they're nice and bright and green. So now we're going to work on our lemons. So I'm going to take the lightest shade, this one, which is Citrus Burst. And I usually work from dark to light, but because this is kind of a solid image, I'm going to start with my lightest color and then add like more depth with the darker colors, just because I'm afraid if I go in with the dark, it's going to be too dark. So this is my kind of my safety net. There we go. So let's go. So I'm going to just start with my little flicking and kind of just follow how the lemon curves, and you can like just play around. And I think I'm going to leave some little white elements. There we go. Just to, like, if you would have some sun bouncing off of it. So go and check out our alcohol inks, because they are on sale, and you might, maybe this set is sold out, but there are lots of other lovely sets that you can use. Then I'm going to go in with a fresh lemon. If you see them like very, very, ooh, it's not really focusing. They look very similar, but it is very subtle. So, and I'm just going to add some darker shades here, just kind of going over, just like the flicking. And I'm flicking a little bit too much because I'm kind of, there we go. Let's press the button so that you don't fall out. And then we've got this is not the right color, and this is orange. I don't have the right colors in here. Where have all my yellows gone? Which one is this? I probably mixed them up with another one. Let me just check. I'm going to pull out another set. So I probably mixed my colors. That's very me as well. Trying to say I'm not going to mix my colors, but I'm mixing them up anyway. No, that's not it either. Those are not it either. Where are my yellows then? Where did I put my colors? Oh, I think my son took them. Ooh. He had like an art project. So I think I found the culprit. So we'll have to do with what we've got here, which is not a lot. So I'm going to go in with this shade, which isn't the right shade, but this is Sunray. It does seem a little bit darker, so I think it will work. Ooh, it's very dark. Okay, let's just try and just get a little bit of dark in here. Then I might just go and blend it out. There we go. I don't want it to become too orangey. So let's just kind of blend. So this is like, I'm really just going with the flow here, because even my colors aren't correct. So, but with a little bit of blending, this is looking very nice. There we go. One lemon done. So I might just go back in with my lighter shade, because my white spot is very large. So I'm just going to maybe fill it up a little bit. There we go. That's better. So one little lemon done, all nice and citrusy. So let's do our second. Vicky, you saw someone add a very amount of green to the top of the lemon, which made it look really natural. Oh yeah, I might try that with this one then. A little bit of a very light green then. Let's just go in. So a little bit of green. This is pretty dark, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit. There we go. Just see how that looks. So once again, let's go in with our lightest color and then add our shades as we go. And if you're afraid of this coloring with the artist markers, you could always use the coloring stencil that comes with it, because that is really fun and awesome as well. Okay. So don't be afraid, like, to leave a little bit of white, especially in these kinds of elements where you might get some like light bouncing off of it. I'm going to go in with my darker shade here. There we go. And once again, I'm going to go in with a little bit of sunray, but because it's pretty orange, we're going to just do a little bit and then just blend it out. So just a couple of little flicks like that. So. And then we're just going to take our lightest shade once again, the Citrus Burst, and just kind of blend that color out. And this is something you can always do if you think it's too dark. You can always pick up a little bit of color with a lighter shade. Kind of, especially if it's shades that go together. So there we have our second little lemon. There we go. And let's do our last little one. And I do like that little bit of green at the top. I think I'm just going to kind of blend it out a little bit more. There we go. And I'm not a pro at all at coloring. I just kind of play along a little bit. There we go. So once again, our lighter shade. I'm always mesmerized by the pros out there who make every flower or every piece of fruit look so realistic. So there we go. Oh, thank you, Sue. I do like the little white elements. I think it is simple, I think, because I am no pro at this. There are a lot of people who do this way better, but I just enjoy. I think it's really relaxing to kind of just play with the colors, and even if it's not perfect, you still have kind of a really good time doing it. And once again, I'm going to go in with that little bit of sun ray, just like ever so slightly, the darker parts of it, of our little lemon. There we go. And then just kind of blend it out with my Citrus Burst. So even if you don't have all the colors, you can always find something to kind of exchange it with. And I'll just show you a bit later on. So for our second card, we're going to create a funky lemon. There we go. So there we've got our little lemon, and I thought it'd be nice just to add, because it's very simple, I'm going to add a little bit of stippling. It's something which I love doing. And so I'm just going to take the pen point of my lightest green, so as you can see, and I'm going to add some little dots, like especially here in the center, and then just let them kind of fray out along the edges. So I'm just going to kind of fill in. I kind of go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is this my lightest color? Oh, this is Forest Glades. Okay, that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I kind of just fill up like so. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Kind of filling up my little spots here. And at the so here I'm going to kind of add some. I'm going to maybe zoom you in closer up so you can see. Ooh, that's a bit far. There we go. Let me kind of zoom in. I've got a hard time focusing the camera there. There we go. So here I'm going to keep my dots quite close, and then when I'm nearing like the edge of where my image stops, I'm going to kind of space them apart a little bit as well. There we go. Just like so, up, 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 and that's all. And same here, just keep them close and then kind of just space them out. And in my head, I'm always counting like 1, 2, 3 to keep everything like in threes. There we go. Will I also dot the lemons? Oh, Roxy, no, I don't know. Well, I might add a couple of dots. We'll just see. So once again here, like closest to the image, I'm going to keep them quiet, and then I'm going to quite close, and then just like let them fall out a bit here. Same thing here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just keep them a bit here along the edge, and then a couple of dots like that. Here in the center, a couple of dots like here. Up, there we go. Maybe some here. 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, up, there we go. I'm not going to add any more. There we go. I just think it kind of adds a little bit of detail and makes it just, I don't know, kind of like if they were like little drops, like sprinkling off, or little pieces of dust or something like that. I just think it looks really, really cool. Now dotting the lemons. Now that's I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to dot the lemons. I quite like it like this. Probably what I have done in the past is that I've colored like the lemons in only using dotting. So that's kind of a little bit different. I think I'm going to keep them like this because I quite like the way they look as so. So all we have to do now is add a little sentiment. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take an acrylic block, and I'm going to pick one of the sentiments from the set here. So let's just pop it on there. Yeah, so I think when I'm doing like cards, which is very strange because I am a scrapbooker, so I'm not really a card maker. I do make cards, but I'm not. It's not my like. It's not the thing that passions me the most, but I do like making them. So I'm a scrapbooker, and I'm used to having like large surfaces, and so when I have to make cards, I get overwhelmed because I'm used to putting like more things onto a layout because the page is just a lot larger. And with a card, it's just really small. But I do like adding details, but I'm afraid of adding too many like large things. So little things like dots or like my little lines, which I would scribble around like sentiments. That's kind of something that helps me add like lots of little details, but not making the card like too busy or me just losing myself in the card because there's too much stuff going on. So, I'm going to use this one. If life gives you lemons, make something sweet, because that's always something we should do. There you go. For my sentiment, I am going to use my obsidian. There we go. Just because I'm stamping with my acrylic block and I just need it to be ready in one go. So let's just pop it here like so. Give it a good press. Not think about it too much, and then pull it off and it will be perfect. There we go. Oh, the stress, the stress. I know, Lynn. Like, I started off as a scrapbooker, and it's because like my first passion was photography, and since I remember, I've always been playing with paper and photos. So I think I was even scrapbooking before scrapbooking even existed. So, or like officially existed. So you kind of get used to the larger surfaces. And so when you're working on a small surface, it's like really difficult. So there you go. Now you could always add a little bit more if you wanted to add some maybe enamel dots or maybe some jewels or something like sequins. There we go. But I must say, Vicky, the 12 by 12 pages were getting very overwhelming for me as well. First of all, just to always buy albums that large. And so I switched to the 8.5 by 11. And I like that size. I think 8.5 and 11, that's my go-to size at the moment. That's really something I feel comfortable with. But I do like making cards, and sometimes I'm inspired and sometimes not. So that's our first little card. And you can see how easy it's flat. You don't have to do any die cutting. It's pretty easy. And just a couple of colors and some dots, and you can create something really, really pretty. And you don't have to add anything else. I think usually when I come to this point and I think, should I add something, like the should I isn't a good question. So there we go. That's our first little card. So let's work on our second little card. I thought it'd be nice to do something a little bit funky using the pinks in this set. And you're going to go, Lilith, what an idea using pinks. But there we go. We're going to make pink lemons. Hi there. So yes, if you've joined, I'm using this lovely stamp set called Zesty Life. We're going to zhuzh up, we're going to zest up our life a little bit in this live session. So I've got a new card base here, and I'm keeping it very, very simple. I'm not going to do any die cutting today. Sometimes simple is the best. There we go. I'm going to pop this back onto my stamp wheel so that it's easy to stamp my little lemonies. And this one is going to be very, very simple because I'm just going to stamp this once. I'm going to do just eyeball approximately the center, but to the lower side of our card base. There we go. Press the little body button. Don't want my camera falling out again. There we go. Yep. Pop that down. Give it a good press. There we go. And once again, because we're using our artist markers, I'm using my permanent black ink, but you could go in with the obsidian and just heat set it, as someone mentioned previously. But I don't have my heat gun here. It's nicely packed away in a drawer. So there we go. But yeah, you have pink lemonade. So let's just make pink lemons. I mean, who knows the difference? And voila. And this is such a lovely set to use. Very simple to color as well. So if you're new to stamping and coloring, I think this is a great set to start, especially because you do get you can have the stencil with it. So if you can start using the stencil first to get an idea of how the shading works nicely. And then up you can pop off, you can start using maybe some artist markers or some watercolors even, or pencils, watercolor pencils, or coloring pencils, whatever you like. So here we go. Let's start. Now, first things first, if you look at the stamp, there are some little flowers here. So we're going to keep those nice and pink as well, because I think lemon flowers are pink. There we go. And So I'm going to start with my little flowers over there, and I'm going to pull out my lovely colors. So here are my colors. Hi, Cheryl from Kirkland. Your first live, yay! So yeah, share, and you might win a gift voucher at the end of the show. And this is the set we're using. It's called Zesty Life. There we go, and that's the first card we make. So we're working on our second card now, and I'm going to be using some lovely pinks just to first of all color in our little buds and the little flower over there. So let's start. I'm going to start with our Pinkalicious. And because these are really tiny, I think I'm going to use my fine tip pen for this. And I'm just going to kind of color those in. There we go. And I'm going to take the lightest shade as well, which is Pink Diamond. And there we go. Just to have a little bit of variation. But it's really tiny. I don't know if you can see the buds, but they are really, really tiny. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. They're really tiny. So, and now my little flower, I'm going to go in with my lightest shade, and then I'll add some of those details as well. This is so small. There we go. Let's go in with our darker shade here. There we go. And then I'll just blend those out. There we go. I am going to zoom you in just ever so slightly. There we go. The leaves I'll do afterwards. Let's just start working on our pink lemons over here. So once again, because the image is large, for me large, I'm going to start with my lightest shade, which is the Pink Diamond. And once again, I'm just going to, with flicking motions, just follow this pattern and follow the lines, the contour of our lemons. There we go. And just flick away. Yep, they would be lines, but I'm going to go with pink because I want to do something a bit funky, a bit different. I'm sure there's some kind of citrus out there that exists that is pink. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of the darker shade as well. So the darker shade is Pinkalicious, which is delicious. So I'm just kind of adding that to the outer edges or where I think it would be a little bit darker. You could go off and look at some images of lemons and just see how that would work, but I'm just going with the flow. So I'm kind of just blending this out a little bit. And I'm going to go in with my darkest shade. I'm going to be very brave, and I'm going to use my Rubellite. The Rubellite is very, very, very dark. So I'm going to be very careful. So I don't want it to be too overpowering. There we go. And once again, I'm going to go in with my lightest shade and kind of blend that in. Just flick over the shades. I'm going to maybe pop it, just turn it around. So that's another tip. Don't be afraid to turn around your image, because like flicking upside down isn't that easy. Just kind of blend that. There we go. My pink lemon. It's just a little bit too white for me. There we go. That's better. There we go. Ooh, I like the pink lemon. might do some blue leaves. No, I'm going to stay with green leaves. So let's do our second little lemon. So once again, I think I'm going to try and make this one a little bit darker, just to create some contrast between the two. So let's start. So once again, I'm going to go in with my lightest shade, kind of flick. Once again, just following that bend there in my little lemon. Yep. And I'm going to maybe leave a little bit less white. I'm just going to leave a little bit there. Pop in with my darker shade. So this darker shade is just a teeny tiny bit darker. And the more you go over it, the darker it becomes. So you can really, sometimes just with one color, add a lot of detail and shading. So here, I did want this one to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to add a little bit of that rubellite to that border here, just to make sure that I can get that kind of darker sensation. There we go. Ah, so Lynn, have you been Googling? So I'm so glad they really exist. I think we should have a pink everything. There we go. I think there are pink watermelons or something like that, but maybe not the outside, but the flesh is pink. No, it's not a pink watermelon. It's a pink pineapple, I think I saw. I think it's a pink pineapple. There we go. So got my lemons done, and let's do our little leafy leaves. So I think I'm going to do my stems maybe in the lighter shade now, just because I don't want it to be too dark. So here we've got our little stems. And let's just take a little bit of a darker pink dolphins in them. Real. Oh, by anything pink, I'm interested. So I'm going to take my darker shade of green, which is the Shadow Creek. I'm just going to kind of do this kind of intersections. I'm just going to follow that. So leafy leaf here. Up. Okay. This is a really dark one as well. The colors are already pretty dark. Yes, I mean, the artist markers, because they come like already coordinated, they are pretty easy to blend. And like when I'm new to them, what I usually do is I just like start with I just take like a piece of scrap paper and just kind of test out how they kind of blend together so that I get a general idea. And then I kind of go to work like that. And once I feel comfortable with the colors, I think it's like with everything. Once you kind of get the hang of the colors and how they work together and their shading, and some of them are darker than others, I think it's pretty easy. Once again. There we go. Oh, I've got this little leafy leaf here. And I'm a huge fan of pink and green. There we go. Purple would look nice as well. I don't know. I think I mean, I've received quite a lot of bundles when I was on the design team. So it's always fun. Like the bundle is great because they, like this one comes with really summer kind of colored, summer colors. So I think if you have like a couple of colors you use all the time or that you gravitate towards, and you find all those colors in one of the bundles, I think it's great because all of the others, we have a couple of sets of 4, but most of them come in the bundles, at least the artist markers. You can't really buy them separately. So I think the bundle is always a good way to go because they are like, we have like the summer ones and the more the winter ones and more the autumn colors. So I think the bundles are really great. So we've got our little lemons here. And so now all we have to do is add our little sentiment. And I'm going to use this one, which I think is really cute, which says, sending you a big squeeze. And would be nice to have like sending you a big, sending you a big pink squeeze, because this is a pink color. There we go. And I think you should always try out like a new color combination or something a bit strange. Like I remember once I did flowers and I colored them all in grays. And I thought it looked really, really cute, like all in gray. And one of the other reasons why I really, really like this stamp set is because we have the combination of the really tiny print and that kind of more hand scripted font. That's one of my all-time favorites. I always gravitate towards sentiments that have the combination of the two. It's kind of that's something I really, really, really love. And I think that also comes from the scrapbooking because we would have our title like in one font and then you would have like your typed journaling with it or your handwritten journaling, so something small and something large. And so that's why I really, really love this kind of, ooh, there we go, kind of sentiment. So here are our 2 cards next to each other. And even though we had some technical issues at the beginning, I really love how these 2 cards turned out. I think they're really representative of that kind of zesty feel, the summery feel, the combination of the Summer Valley and the Zesty Life stamp set. And so I think this is just a really fun and easy way to do. These are really easy cards to make, and you could change them up. I mean, die cut this and pop this onto maybe some dark cardstock. You could try and do the same thing, but instead of using the artist markers, you could use some of the watercolors. You could use maybe stamp the set onto some dark cardstock with some embossing powder and then use maybe some metallic watercolors to color them in. Oh, just Jilly, just ignore that. Okay, and ignore the little stars thing. So you've got lots and lots of options just using one set and just creating some variation with your backgrounds or with the mediums you are using. So there we go. And I'm so impressed because I've really kept inside the time limit of 1 hour. And I was a little bit afraid of doing the artist watercoloring again, the artist marker coloring. Sorry, I'm getting things mixed up. Jilly, it's the Sunshine Valley garden set, which is out of stock, but do push the notify button and you will get notified when it's back in stock. But we do have other sets which have got nice yellows in it and some fun greens, maybe not as bright, maybe a little bit muted, a little bit more mossy, but there we go. Yes, Roxy, do try the open little white bits. It does add like a little bit of detail and fun element to there. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this little live session, and I'm really sorry for the little technical glitches that I had. Sorry, that was the wrong camera. I had it at the beginning, but it did work out fine. I will have a look at my camera and see why it's always switching off. It shouldn't. So there's probably some kind of setting I have to change again. So I'll look into that as well. And then probably next time I won't have all these issues. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this session. I'm just going to switch off one of my lights because I'm like really blinded by the light. So I'm just going to hold up the two cards like so that you can just see them under a different angle and a different light. Oh, I really love the pink one. I think I love the pink one just because of the placing of everything is just really, really pleasing to me. So there you go. You've got your two little cards. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope that I've been able to follow all of the comments in the chat section. I have tried to. I was so happy to be with you today and to share this. Oh, Julie, so what is going to happen is I'm going to end the stream, and then it's just going to upload, and you will find the video. You can watch it again on YouTube or on a Facebook page. So you will be able to watch it from the beginning. So there you go. Oh, you're welcome, Angelique, and don't have to apologize for being late. I'm so happy you all managed to pop in and maybe see some of the techniques and see the cards I created today. So thank you, everyone. Wishing you a lovely day, a lovely evening, and a lovely morning wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you very soon with lots more inspiration using all of my old to new supplies, because I haven't had anything new since last June, I think. So I'm really kind of digging into my stash and using it to its fullest. So there we go. Bye, everyone. Huge shout out and thank you to Mitzi, yes, there we go. I'm going to say correctly, who's behind the New badge, and she will be doing the drawing, and I hope she won't forget. So there you go. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a lovely day.